Humans have been fascinated with a lot of things. Some with science, others with arts, while for some, it's the art of building the body. It would interest you to know that the human body can stretch up to a certain degree. The muscles can become ridiculously strong and the body buff just by working out. However, some people have made bodybuilding a career, and these people have grown so big that you might not even think they ever existed. In this age of technology, Photoshop, and graphic enhancements, one is likely to be skeptical about what one believes on the internet. These men work their asses off. Blood, sweat, and tears, lifting iron, doing several routines to get as big as they have become. Most of these ridiculously large ones we may not know are the subject of today's video. In this video, we'll be giving you a run-through of 10 extremely big and unusual bodybuilders you've never heard of. We would look at their weight and how many hours they work out in a day just to keep in shape. But before we get into today's video, thank you for choosing our channel. If you're new around here, subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on our future videos. There are tons of bodybuilders you've never heard of. Most of these men and women are so big and yet so obscure. Others are short and heavy, but they've not been given a shot at the limelight before. Well, that changes today, because we'll be giving these 10 exquisitely unusual and unknown men and women a spot in the spotlight. At number 10, Barbie Steinsholt-Thomas. Beginning our list of unusual bodybuilders is this stay-at-home 37-year-old mom, Barbie Steinsholt-Thomas. This woman proves that anything is possible, regardless of the kind of challenges one faces. This prolific bodybuilder lost both hands from an electric shock when she was just 2 years old and has lived without hands for what seems like all of her life. How does one work out without hands? Well, she proves that anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it. She's been competing in bodybuilding competitions since 2004, and her major focus is building her legs and other core regions. This woman definitely stands out, and although she's unusual, you would agree that she's a wonder to behold. At number 9, Amanda Loy. On our number 9 spot is the beautiful and well-built Amanda Loy. One does not get surprised at female bodybuilders, but Amanda is a huge exception. This lady stands out quite conspicuously because of her small stature. Amanda measures 4 feet and just a few inches, which is not a normal thing when it comes to bodybuilding. This 22-year-old woman suffers from a rare disease known as hypochondroplasia, which is a type of dwarfism, where the body is smaller but still in average proportions. However, her height has not deterred her from competing in bodybuilding competitions, and she is seen as a fierce, cute bodybuilder. She won her first trophy in the first bodybuilding competition she took part in, despite her height. Number 8, Nick Scott. Another unusual bodybuilder is the handsome Nick Scott. Well, he is not so unusual if you ask me, but when you think of bodybuilding, you don't picture your ideal hero in a wheelchair, do you? Nick had a very brutal accident while driving in 1998, and he lost the use of his legs. He didn't allow his challenges to pose a setback to him though, as he continued pushing the weight and entering bodybuilding competitions with his wheelchair and his pride. Although he almost lost himself in the accident, he bounced back and, through the span of this, has won powerlifting championships twice and has appeared in over 100 bodybuilding shows around the world. He is now a disabled professional bodybuilder, author, wheelchair ballroom dancer, and motivational speaker. Number 7, Ray Moon. This man here holds the world's record of oldest competitive bodybuilder at age 83. Ray Moon proves that anything can be achieved regardless of one's age. Before bodybuilding, Ray was a deadbeat drunk at a local pub. He had lost all sense of purpose and decided to try bodybuilding as an escape. With the effects and the wins that he got, he can say that bodybuilding saved him from the mediocre life he lived. And he had overcome cancer and open heart surgery to push him this far. Through the course of the man's life, he competed in over 100 bodybuilding shows, gaining international recognition and fame. Moon died at the age of 90, losing his battle with bladder cancer, which came back after being previously healed. He sure did leave a footprint in the sands of time, little matter how late he was or how little time he had. Number 6, Mark Smith. In our number 6 position is ex-military man Mark Smith. He was a British soldier and served in war-prone areas like Iraq, Afghanistan, and Bosnia. However, this soldier had his leg amputated after suffering major damage on his leg during a live firing exercise in Canada. He had to leave the army and was almost falling into depression. Rather than fall into that depression, Mark decided to take on bodybuilding, and that was how he found himself as an international bodybuilder. This man has competed in over 100 shows around the world, and his performances always get a lot of reaction because of his iron legs. In his first competition, he was placed in the category for disabled people, and his victory was effortless. He has since continued bodybuilding, hoping to win more trophies and gain international recognition as well. At number 5, Matt Korchaleski, Janae Marie. This next person on our list is very unusual indeed. How can one person both have a male and female name? Well, Matt Korchaleski was a U.S. Marine and served as a guard for the elite personalities like ex-presidents and other dignitaries. He entered bodybuilding and gained a lot of ground. He was one of the most respected bodybuilders of his time. Now the interesting part. Matt now goes by the name of Janae Marie after he came out as a transgender. Yeah, you heard me right. He is now a she, with all the built breasts, long hair, and a tiny behind. She has a hard time fitting into the female bodybuilding world, but because of the amount of love she was shown, she's been able to win trophies in the female bodybuilding category. Number 4, Mini Mr. Olympia. Children are meant to read their books and go to school, but not all of them are cut out for that life of monotony. In recent times, you see children doing things only adults were known to do and doing them very well. In 2014, Vinnie Poppleton won the title of Mini Mr. Olympia, a great achievement for a 12-year-old. He received a lot of congratulatory messages, as well as the traditional hate message. Vinnie decided to continue his career as a bodybuilder and is now one of the most recognized in his country. At number 3, Edith Wilma Connor. Another unusual bodybuilder is Edith Wilma. This exquisite bodybuilder was declared the oldest female bodybuilder in the world by Guinness World Book of Records when she was 77. Like her male counterpart, Ray Moon, Edith began bodybuilding as an escape from the monotony that comes with aging. They both did not see their age as a barrier and worked twice as much as the young bodybuilders to attain the height of their recognition. She began her career at 65 years of age, an age that one would expect her to be raising grandchildren, knitting, or taking care of the pets. She took to bodybuilding instead of sitting around. Through her career, she's won a lot of competitions and has gained a form of international recognition. Although a grandma, she's also well-liked and well-respected in the world of bodybuilding. At number 2, Sasha Spark. If you're looking for an example of an unusual bodybuilder, look no further than Sasha Spark. This Russian bodybuilder is a bit of an online celebrity in his home country of Russia, although it's more likely due to his bizarre image than his bulging muscles. In addition to workout routines, Spark is also going about altering his body with cosmetic surgery and considerable tattoo work. He is now a canvas of art and beauty, his muscles, and a tiny behind. Number 1, Aditya Dev. When you see the picture of this bodybuilder standing next to someone else, you might think the image was photoshopped. Well, it isn't. Dev measures a smallish 2 feet 9 inches and was named the world's smallest bodybuilder in 2006. At the apex of his career, Dev was using 4.5-pound dumbbells. Now this may not sound like a lot of weight to you, but if you consider the bodybuilder's 20-pound weight, it becomes a bit more impressive. The prolific bodybuilder died in 2012, yet he still continues to be one of the most unusual people to ever undertake the bodybuilding activity. And there you have it. 10 of the most unusual bodybuilders you never heard of. Do let us know what you think of these bodybuilders, how big they are, and how they have overlooked societal conventions to become who they are in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notifications so you don't miss out on our amazing content.